Hello and welcome to our channel. Thank you for being here with us today. We are here to help you learn English step by step and speak with more confidence. You study English, learn new words, and understand many lessons, but speaking still feels slow and difficult. You may spend time learning English every day, yet the words you know do not come naturally in real conversations. There is a simple reason for this, and there is also a simple way to change it. In this lesson, you will learn how to make the English you already know more active, so you can use it with less hesitation and more confidence. Stay with us because these simple habits can change the way you use English every day. Tell us in the comments, does your English feel active or passive? Chapter 1. Understand why your English is passive. Many English learners know more English than they think. You may understand a video. You may understand a sentence in a book. You may know many useful words. But when someone speaks to you, you may suddenly feel stuck. You know what you want to say, but the words do not come quickly. You may think, I know this word. Why can I not use it? This can be very frustrating. You may even start thinking that your English is weak. But do not judge yourself too quickly. There is an important difference between knowing English and using English. When you understand a word but cannot use it easily while speaking, that word is passive for you. When you can remember it and use it without too much thinking, it becomes active. This is the real goal of English practice. You do not need to know every word in the dictionary. You need to make the English you already know easier to use. Think about the word hungry. You probably understand it easily. You may know that hungry means you want food, but knowing the meaning is only one step. You need to use it in real sentences. Say, I am hungry, then say, I am very hungry. You can also say, I was hungry this morning. Now the word is connected to different sentences. Your brain starts learning how to use it, not just what it means. This is how passive English slowly becomes active English. The same thing happens with simple words. You may know tired, but practice saying, I am tired. I feel tired today. I was tired after work. These sentences are easy, but they are powerful because they train you to speak. Many learners make one common mistake. They keep learning new words while rarely using the old ones. They download vocabulary lists. They write difficult words in a notebook. They memorize meanings. Then they move to another list. After some time, they know many words. But speaking is still difficult. The problem is not always a lack of vocabulary. The problem can be a lack of active practice. Your brain needs to meet the same useful English many times. It needs to hear it, read it, remember it, and use it. This gives the words a stronger place in your memory. You also need to understand something important. Speaking slowly at the beginning is completely normal. Your brain is doing many things at the same time. It is choosing words, making a sentence, checking grammar, and preparing your mouth to speak. With regular practice, these actions become easier. You do not need to force yourself to speak fast. First, focus on speaking clearly. Then your speed will improve naturally. A simple sentence spoken with confidence is better than a difficult sentence that you cannot finish. Start with the English you already know. Talk about your room. Talk about your food. Talk about your family. Talk about your daily routine. Say simple sentences such as, I am sitting in my room. My phone is on the table. I need some water. I have work today. I am going outside. These sentences may look very easy, but they are exactly the kind of English that can become active through daily use. Do not feel embarrassed because the sentences are simple. Simple English is the foundation of strong English. Your goal is not to collect more and more words. Your goal is to make useful English ready when you need it. When you start using familiar words again and again, something changes. You begin to speak with less fear. You spend less time translating. You start building sentences more naturally. The English that once stayed inside your mind begins to come out through your voice. That is the change you are working toward. Chapter 2. Stop learning words alone. Many learners try to improve their English by learning one word at a time. They write a word in a notebook, they learn its meaning, then they move to another word. This feels like progress because the vocabulary list becomes bigger, but speaking can still feel difficult. You may know hundreds of words and still struggle to make a simple sentence. There is a reason for this. In real conversation, we do not speak with single words. We speak with groups of words. We use phrases and sentence patterns again and again. This is why you should not only learn a word, learn how that word works in a sentence. Take the word decision. You may know its meaning, but knowing the meaning does not always help you speak. Learn the phrase, make a decision. Now you have something ready to use. You can say, I need to make a decision. You can say, I made a decision yesterday. You can say, it was a difficult decision. One word has now become several useful sentences. You are not starting from zero every time you speak. You already have a small part of the sentence ready in your mind. This method works with very common words too. Do not only learn interested, learn I am interested in, then complete the sentence. I am interested in English. I am interested in football. I am interested in learning new things. You can change one small part and create many sentences. This gives you more speaking power without forcing you to learn hundreds of new words. You can also use simple sentence patterns. Learn a pattern such as, I want to. Now use it with different ideas. I want to learn English. I want to drink tea. I want to go outside. I want to watch a movie. Then try another pattern. I need to. You can say, I need to study. I need to sleep. I need to call my brother. These patterns are simple, but they are extremely useful. You hear similar patterns in everyday English all the time. There is another important benefit. Learning phrases can help you speak with less thinking. When you learn every word separately, you may translate each word in your head. This takes time. You think about the meaning, then you think about the grammar, then you try to put the words together. Speaking becomes slow. But when you learn useful phrases, your brain starts remembering them as complete pieces. You can bring them into a conversation more easily. You do not need to learn 20 phrases every day. 5 useful phrases can be enough. Choose phrases that match your real life. If you're a student, learn phrases about school, study, homework, teachers, and friends. If you work, learn phrases about your job, meetings, tasks, and plans. If you often talk about your family, learn phrases that help you describe people and daily activities. Your English becomes more useful when it connects with your real life. Try this simple practice today. Choose 5 familiar words. Do not write only their meanings. Put each word into a short sentence. Read the sentence, say it aloud. Then change one part of the sentence. After that, close your notebook and try to say the sentences again. This small habit can make a big difference. You are not trying to sound perfect. You are training your brain to find useful English when you need it. Every sentence you use gives your English more strength. Slowly, the words stop feeling like separate pieces. They begin to work together. That is when speaking starts to feel easier. Chapter 3. Train your mouth to speak English. Knowing English in your mind is not enough. Your mouth also needs practice. Many learners spend a lot of time reading English and listening to English. They understand many sentences, but they do not speak enough. Then they feel confused when speaking becomes difficult. They may think, I understand this sentence, so why can I not say it? The answer is simple. Understanding and speaking are different skills. Your brain can recognize English without being ready to produce it quickly. Speaking needs its own training. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. Reading about a bicycle cannot teach your body how to balance. You need to get on the bicycle and practice. Speaking works in a similar way. You can read grammar rules. You can watch English lessons. You can listen to native speakers. All of these things are useful, but your mouth must also speak. You need to create sentences with your own voice. Start with very easy sentences. Do not choose difficult grammar. Do not try to sound advanced. Take a sentence such as, I wake up at 7. Say it clearly, then change it. I wake up at 6. I wake up early. I wake up late on Sunday. Now you're using the same basic structure in different ways. This is powerful practice because you're learning how to control the sentence. You can do this with your daily life. Look around you and speak about what you see. Say, the door is open. The window is closed. My phone is on the table. I have a book in my hand. I am drinking water. These sentences may feel too easy, but do not ignore them. They help your brain connect English with real actions. You are not only studying English, you are using English while living your normal life. Another useful practice is speaking about your routine. Start from the morning. Say, I wake up early. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I have breakfast. I go to work. You can then add more information. I usually have tea for breakfast. I leave home at 8. I come back in the evening. You do not need a perfect speech. Just keep the English moving. Do not stop every time you make a mistake. This is very important. Many learners lose confidence because they try to correct every sentence while speaking. They stop. They think. They become nervous. Then they stop again. Speaking becomes stressful. Instead, finish your idea first. You can check your mistakes later. Your goal during speaking practice is to communicate. You can also record your voice. Use your phone and speak for 1 minute. Talk about your day. Then listen to your recording. You may notice some mistakes. That is okay. You may also notice something positive. You may realize that you can speak more English than you expected. Keep the old recordings. After a few weeks, record yourself again. You will be able to hear your progress. Try to speak every day. even for 10 minutes. 10 minutes of real speaking can be more useful than hours of silent study when your goal is to make English active. Speak when you're alone, speak while walking, speak while doing simple work. Use the words you already know. Do not wait for confidence before speaking. Speaking practice creates confidence. Every sentence you say makes the next sentence a little easier. Your voice becomes more comfortable with English. Your brain becomes faster. Your fear becomes smaller. You start realizing that you do not need perfect English to speak English. You need practice, patience, and the courage to use what you already know. Chapter 4. Make your English easy to remember. Sometimes you know a word, but you cannot remember it when you need it. You may see the word in a book and think, yes, I know this word. But when you try to speak, it disappears. This happens to many English learners. It does not mean you have a bad memory. It often means you are practicing recognition more than recall. Recognition means you can understand something when you see or hear it. Recall means you can bring it back from your memory without seeing it. For active English, recall is very important. A simple example can make this clear. Read this sentence. I went to the market yesterday. It may feel easy. Now close your book or look away from the screen. Try to say the sentence without reading it. If you can remember it, that is good. Now change one part. Say, I went to the park yesterday. Then say, I went to school yesterday. You are not only reading English anymore, you are asking your brain to find the English by itself. This is active practice. You can use this method with any useful sentence. Learn a sentence in the morning. Read it several times. Understand it. Say it aloud. Then close your notebook. Try to say it without looking. If you forget a word, look at the sentence again. Then close it and try once more. Do not feel bad when you forget. Forgetting gives your brain another chance to learn. Each time you remember the sentence, the connection becomes stronger. You should also review Old English. Many learners always want something new. They learn new vocabulary today and new vocabulary tomorrow. But they do not return to yesterday's words. This can make their knowledge weak. Your Old English needs attention too. A useful word that you use many times is more valuable than 10 difficult words that you never use. Try a simple daily routine. In the morning, choose 5 useful sentences. Read them and speak them. Later in the day, try to remember them without looking. In the evening, test yourself again. You can also change the sentences to match your life. If the sentence is, I am going to the market, change it to I am going to school. If the sentence is, I watched a movie last night, change it to I watched a video last night. Small changes give you more control over the English pattern. You can make this practice more interesting by asking yourself questions. Ask, what did I do this morning? Then answer, I had breakfast. I drank tea. I went to work. Ask, what am I doing now? Answer, I am studying English. Ask, what will I do tonight? Answer, I will have dinner and watch a movie. This simple question and answer practice trains your brain to find English quickly. Do not worry if your answers are short. Short answers are useful. They give you a strong base. With practice, you can make them longer. You may start with, I went outside. Later, you may say, I went outside because I needed some fresh air. Your English grows step by step. The important thing is to make your brain work a little. Do not always give it the answer immediately. Give yourself a few seconds to remember. That small effort is valuable. It teaches your brain that English is something you can produce, not something you only recognize. When you practice this way every day, familiar sentences begin to come faster. You may suddenly remember a phrase without translating it. You may hear a question and answer more quickly. These small changes are signs that your English is becoming active. Keep using English in situations that are close to your real life, because the more meaning you give your English, the easier it becomes to remember. Chapter 5. Bring English into your daily life. English becomes much easier when you stop keeping it only inside your study time. Many learners study English for 30 minutes, close their book, and then stop using English for the rest of the day. The next day, they start again. This can make English feel like a difficult subject. A better way is to bring small amounts of English into your normal life. You do not need special equipment. You do not need a perfect place. You only need to use simple English during things you already do every day. Start with your morning. When you wake up, say a few simple sentences in English. You can say, I am awake. It is morning. I need to get up. I am still tired. When you wash your face, say, I am washing my face. When you get dressed, say, I am getting dressed. When you have breakfast, say, I am having breakfast. These sentences are simple, but they connect English with real actions. Your brain starts seeing English as part of your life. You can also speak to yourself. This may feel strange at first, but it is a very useful way to practice. You do not need another person every time you want to speak English. Talk about what you're doing. Say, I need to finish this work. I have to clean my room. I need some water. I am going to the shop. When you speak about your own life, the words become easier to remember because they have a real meaning for you. Try to think in short English sentences too. You do not need to change every thought in your mind into English. Start with small things. If you see rain, think, it is raining. If you feel hungry, think, I am hungry. If you need to leave, think, I have to go. If someone calls you, think, my phone is ringing. These small thoughts train your brain to connect situations with English directly. You can also use English while doing simple activities. If you are cooking, describe what you are doing. I am cutting the vegetables. The water is hot. I need some salt. If you are cleaning, say, I am cleaning the room. The table is dirty. I need a cloth. If you are studying, say, I have a lot of work today. I need to finish this lesson. You are turning ordinary moments into speaking practice. Another powerful habit is keeping a small English diary. You do not need to write a long page. Write 3 or 4 sentences about your day. I woke up at 7. I had breakfast. I went to work. I came home in the evening. The next day, read your sentences aloud. Then try to talk about them without reading. This gives you reading, writing, memory, and speaking practice together. You can also create small English situations in your mind. Think about going to a shop. What would you say? I would like this one. How much is it? Do you have another size? Think about meeting someone. How are you? I'm doing well. How was your day? Think about asking for help. Can you help me? I do not understand. Could you say that again? These are useful sentences because you may need them in real conversations. Do not wait until your English becomes perfect before using it in daily life. Using simple English today is better than waiting for advanced English tomorrow. You may make mistakes. That is normal. You may forget words. That is normal too. Keep going. Every small sentence gives your brain more practice. When English becomes part of your daily actions, it stops feeling like something you only study. You begin to use it naturally. You start noticing English around you. You remember useful phrases faster. You become less afraid of speaking. Your goal is not to speak English all day. Your goal is to create small moments where English comes alive. Those small moments can slowly change the way you think, remember, and speak. Chapter 6. Turn your English into real conversation. Now it is time to use your English in a more natural way. Many learners can say single sentences, but they become nervous when a real conversation starts. They may answer one question and then become quiet. They may know many words but do not know what to say next. You can improve this by learning how a conversation grows. You do not need long or difficult sentences. A real conversation can begin with very simple English. Take a simple situation. Someone asks, "How are you?" You can say, "I am fine." That is a good answer. You can make it a little longer by saying, "I am fine. I had a busy day." Now the other person has something to ask. They may say, "What did you do?" You can answer, "I went to work. I had a lot of work today." Then they may ask, "Are you tired?" You can say, "Yes, a little. I want to rest now." Look at how the conversation grows. You do not need difficult vocabulary. One simple sentence can lead to another sentence. This is an important skill. Do not think that every answer must be long. Give a simple answer first, then add one small detail. If someone asks, "What did you do today?" you can say, "I went to school." Then add, "I had an English class." Then add, "It was very useful." You have already created a small conversation. Your answer grows naturally. You can practice this with yourself. Ask a question and answer it aloud. Ask, "What did I eat today?" Answer, "I had breakfast at 8. Then add, "I had eggs and tea." Ask, "What am I doing now?" Say, "I am learning English." Add, "I am practicing speaking." Ask, "What will I do tonight?" Say, "I will have dinner." Add, "Then I will watch a movie." This practice teaches your brain to create answers without waiting for someone else. You can also practice common conversation topics. Talk about your family. Talk about your studies. Talk about your job. Talk about your hobbies. Talk about your favorite food. Talk about your plans. Talk about your city. These topics are useful because they are close to your real life. You already know the ideas. You only need to find simple English for them. When you do not know a word, do not stop completely. Use another word. Explain the idea in a simple way. For example, if you forget the word umbrella, you can say, "the thing we use when it rains." You may not have used the perfect word, but you communicated your meaning. This is an important speaking skill. Good communication does not always need perfect vocabulary. You should also learn useful questions. Questions keep conversations moving. You can ask, "What do you do? Where do you live? What do you like? What did you do today? What are your plans? Why do you like it?" When you learn questions and answers together, you become more comfortable in real conversations. Give yourself a small speaking challenge every day. Choose one topic and speak for 2 minutes. Do not write every sentence before you speak. Use the English you already know. If you make a mistake, continue. If you forget a word, use a simpler word. If you stop for a few seconds, continue again. Your goal is to keep communicating. Remember, active English is not about knowing every grammar rule or using impressive words. It is about being able to use the English you know when you need it. Your progress may begin with one sentence. Then another sentence comes. Soon you can answer questions. Then you can ask questions. Slowly, short answers become longer conversations. You already have English inside your mind. Now give that English a voice. Speak a little every day. Use familiar words. Practice useful phrases. Remember old sentences. Talk about your real life. Do not wait for perfect English. Confidence grows when you use your English again and again. One day, you will notice that words come faster. Sentences feel easier, and speaking does not feel as frightening as it once did. That is how passive English becomes active English. F. This lesson helped you understand how to make your English active. Do not stop here. Start using one simple sentence today. Say it aloud. Use it again tomorrow. Small practice can create big changes over time. If you understand English but still struggle to speak, tell me in the comments. I would love to know about your experience. If you found this lesson useful, please like the video and share it with someone who is learning English. Subscribe to the channel for more simple English lessons that can help you speak with more confidence. Keep practicing, keep learning, and believe in your progress. Your English can become better, one sentence at a time.